Hmm. Mm-hmm. So sorry about the quality of these videos to get started. We just have to get started. And there's a lot of really good content here. We just have to, I feel anyway, but I'm biased because
You're biased?
It's my, yeah. That was a funny joke.
You're not biased, baby. It's good content.
So at any rate, I apologize for the quality of the video. I'm analog AF, and I am going to figure out a way to, figure out a way. So that's what I'm doing. In the meantime, I know you wanted to double back and talk about some of the things that had helped you in previous videos. I had mentioned, Dr. Les Carter, Dr. Romani. And I really think it would behoove, I really think it should be required viewing Gabor Mate's The Wisdom of Trauma documentary. I think that's super powerful. I know that relates a lot to addiction, but I think there's something to be said there too for recovery in general, whether you're a recovering narcissist, you're a recovering addict, you're a recovering Christian, whatever it is. So, yeah, I am doing my Mel Robbins. It also, looking at it, it also gives it, this very sort of haunted house. Like it's very vibing on the energy as well. So that's not entirely, this damn dog, this damn puppy. So it's not entirely without its synchronicity. At any rate, I will turn it to you. First, I would like to say that I do, in fact, honor you for your support of me doing this channel, of your support in helping me edit videos where, like, there's some shit you don't want to hear or it hurts to hear, or, maybe not everybody would want anybody else to know we're here. And so we're going to take the covert and we're going to just take it and fucking put it out there. And my healing as well, because I want to be part of the solution. And these solutions are going to have to come from me for my part in my lane. You're going to have to do you. So when you're doing you, what are you doing?
There are a ton of resources out there on narcissism and what it is and where it comes from.
This is Noam Chomsky, excuse me. Maybe Noam Chomsky will keep you busy. Okay.
You know it.
You know it. Go ahead, you were saying?
There's a ton of resources out there. Just a ton of resources out there on what narcissism is, where it comes from. And the vast majority will tell you basically that it's terminal, that you have it and that's it. And that just didn't work for me. So while...
And it remains to be seen for me. But go ahead.
But if there's no hope, there's no point, right? So why even try? Why put forth the effort? Why try and make things different? Why?
One might argue hope is the thing with wings. Isn't that Sylvia Plath, I believe?
Okay.
And, when you're trauma bonded or there's still love in between an empath and a narcissist. It's just not reciprocated because narcissists, as a general rule, are incapable. So why bother? Why try? Because if you're trying to sell me that narcissism is a spectrum, then isn't there hope that there's going to be recovery? We have seen narcissists, however few and far between, there are people, toxic personalities and antagonistic personalities that can, maybe never, graduate to a fully formed, conscience, but they learn to be less destructive and they learn to be a bit more self-aware. And the fact of the matter is, if you're sitting here on camera questioning hope and what's the fucking point, then let's get a divorce.
No, that's not.
No, 100%, because I'm not the one that stands to lose
we
here.
can watch this back because that's not what I said or what I was trying to say in the slightest. We can watch this back.
Are you talking about in the general you sense, or were you talking about in the you sense?
I was saying if it's terminal and there's absolutely no hope in changing it, then what's the point? Like, if that were true, then what's the point? And but my point was that it doesn't work for me because I need to believe that there's hope. Because I love you and I value this. Literally, my
5 years later, when I have one foot out the door,
I didn't listen to you because the entire world told me one thing and you were telling me something else. I didn't listen to you.
And the last thing you would do is listen to your wife, the person you claim to want to spend forever with, and you were just going to be content ignoring me forever?
No.
How was that going to work in your mind?
Well, I mean, ultimately it didn't, right? Ultimately it didn't. And so what it is I was thinking at the time is far less relevant because anytime I bring that up, all it does or all it seems to do is upset you. It feels like an excuse. I don't want to do that. So going forward, acceptance, understanding, and questioning, and really getting a handle on what the capital T truth is, as opposed to convenient truths that I've told myself. That at its core is the only thing that I found on any level that is helping. No disrespect to Dr. Romney, no respect to Dr. Les Carter, no disrespect to the innumerable resources out there that say narcissism is terminal. I simply cannot accept that.
Well, that either makes you the best narcissist, but didn't you just find somebody? I mean, we can't afford it, but there's somebody out. There are people out there that are willing to treat narcissists. They're just few and far between because, as a general rule, when you're on, when you're a little bit, I don't know, because I'm not even going to say you're not balls deep in narcissism because you are. But when you kind of, in the spectrum, you cross over into like sociopath, malignant narcissist, psychopath type of shit, I don't know about the rehabbing there versus a vulnerable type covert narcissist who, with some counseling, with some reconciliation of your past, with some goddamn self-awareness, with someone teaching you, what empathy is. Not cognitive empathy, but actual empathy. With time, can that be? I mean, shit, I've already wasted 5 years on your fucking brutality. And if you are actually changing, remains to be seen, then we will see how much more time, as time goes on, it's going to be pretty apparent. Can we make it to that 2 month and 1 day mark? Because again, you stand to lose way more than I do if this ends. So, why don't you talk about some of the books you've read? And maybe that will be helpful. Some of the things that I've sent you. Have there been things that really what was it that woke you up? Because I've been telling you I want a divorce for years, and you just told yourself that's just something I say. Yeah. So, what woke you up this time? That it's different.
Honestly, it's not one thing. It's everything.
Okay, so speak to that.
It's literally every single thing. So first of all, our relationship has devolved to the point where I either need to change, it's time.
You either need to change or you need to let me go.
Yeah. And I don't want to let you go. Not because I want to hang on to you forever and torture you forever, but because I believe that there's good here. I believed it,
and I because I wouldn't want to lose me either.
Yeah, of course, Jess. But holistically, I look at it and I say that there's a lot of good here on both sides. As bad as it has been, I feel as if there's good on both sides.
Why, you know somebody?
That's less funny than you think.
I don't think so.
I think if we watched it back, you might feel different.
No, I probably still laugh. So there's a lot of good here on both sides. Well, of course there are, Chris. I married you because I thought I was getting a fun, funny, smart, sexy entrepreneur, and we were going to build the shit out of an empire.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, what I got was fucking humiliation, a victim, and utterly discard, diminish, hoover, discard, diminish, hoover, while anyone around us gets to think I'm like a toxic, abusive, psycho fucking alcoholic, and they're like, oh my god, gross. Where did you find this fucking street rat and her bastard kid? And like your shit don't stink for years. Years. Everybody gets to look at you like, wow, Chris, I just don't know how you do it. You're such a good guy.
Mm-hmm. And I think the reason that people thought that I was a good guy is because I was operating within the confines of what has been defined as socially acceptable. Let's forget the fact that the game is rigged. Let's forget the fact that the patriarchy established it, that religion perpetuates it, that culturally these are the things that are put in place. All right? I was operating within the confines of normal for what it is that's worth. And so everyone's perception was that I was the good guy, and they saw your behavior, and everyone's perception was you were not in that same place.
I wasn't a nice girl.
I don't like this is an area I don't particularly like labels.
Right, because you would sit around and tell me, oh, hey, ooh. I've never called you crazy, because, calling a woman crazy, ooh, how fucking original, right? Am I right?
Is she eating the coffee table?
Maybe. Are you eating the coffee table? But maybe the coffee table's good. So, you, get to say, oh, I never called you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, everyone around you, I say the same thing. Like, Charles Manson never killed anybody.
Again,
so
kind of an extreme.
You have people all around you. Oh my God, that bitch is crazy. Oh my God, how do you even do it? Oh my God, that's a little special, a whole lot of extra something, because I had the fucking audacity to advocate and stand up for my son and I and speak my mind. And so you have used me as a human shield for the last 5 years to hide behind me while I'm taking on fucking shrapnel. You're not taking a single picture. You're not posting a single goddamn kind thing about me on Facebook. And so everybody thinks I'm the anti-fucking Christ. But you get to sit there like, I don't like labels.
So that's not what I was talking about. I said this is an area that I don't like labels, and what I was talking about was people applying labels to you. I wasn't talking about when people apply labels to me.
Nobody applies labels to you. You're a fucking Johnny Goodtime.
Jess, you apply
Everybody
labels
loves
to me.
Chris. I apply labels to you.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, but this is a children's show.
So hang on a second, I'm sorry. What is your question? Is your question what it is that I'm doing? Because this is going a different direction. And if you need to vent, I'm here for it, 100%. But if your question is what is I'm doing that is actually benefiting and actually working, then let's talk about that. If we're going this direction, that's fine, but you had asked me...
No, but I'm also we're also having a question, or we're also having a conversation, and don't fucking talk to me like that. Okay. I've watched a couple of videos now where you are actually like, well, let's not talk about that and let's bring that back. And it's condescending as fuck to me and triggering as fuck.
Okay.
And it feels like you are policing me and checking the shit that I gotta say, and oh, we're gonna keep it on track now because now you're going to be the fucking moral goddamn barometer of how these conversations go.
Hardly. So we can go completely freeform. You would ask me a question, I was trying to answer that question, and now we're talking about something else. You want to talk about that something else? Let's do.
You haven't answered anything I've talked about.
I am starting to.
No, you know what? This is gonna be the point where I probably need to just pause because I'm not getting sucked into this bullshit, and I'm starting to get genuinely frustrated and genuinely pissed off.
Okay.
Because I ask you questions.
Yes.
And you don't fucking answer them. And then I'll go off on this tangent and say, like, well, how can you explain X, Y, Z, which you never fucking answer, and you just sit there with the stupid fucking look on your face, and then you'll hear something I say, and, oh, is that vagina over there still talking? Ding! I should answer one thing she says. Oh, but first, let me come in and say, oh, let me police that. And we're not even talking about the original question and, you know, making me look like I'm not staying on. Like, it is fucking crazy making.
Okay.
And I'm getting genuinely pissed off.
Okay.
And I don't think I want to have this conversation anymore.
And if that's where you are, that's fine. We can pause. All right. The other option, the other possibility.
This is like 100% why I don't have conversations with you. I don't engage you. It is pointless talking to you, and it is absolutely fucking impossible. Okay. And this is one of those times that I am just reminded that all of this shit, you could sit there and be like, yeah, absolutely, 100% I did that. Like, I am not having a conversation with a grown-ass man.
100%.
And it's times like these I get reminded of that.
All right, so just, if we can. I can very obviously see that you're getting upset. It was the furthest thing from my mind.
Are you practicing empathy now? Is that what's happening?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I can absolutely see that you're getting upset. I can even see why, in some ways, you're getting upset.
You can even see why in some ways?
I'm trying to answer.
How do you not hear that?
I'm trying.
Like, how do you not hear that?
I think
because there's always these qualifiers,
but
as opposed to just saying, "Damn," when you put it all out like that, and I fucking hear the ways that like all of this shit has come down on you and been your responsibility and come down on you. It's fucked up. It is super hella fucked up.
It is fucked up. It is fucked up.
But you're like, and I can even hear, like, with an inch of, you know, this, but yeah, there's some little bitty points in there. Like,
No, that's not what I was... That's not...
very condescending to me. It feels very condescending.
That's not what I was saying at all. It really wasn't what I was saying at all.
Then what were you saying?
Okay. What I was saying is I can...
Outside of, we need to keep this conversation on track.
No, this conversation is off
and this track. Is also something else you're going to hijack.
I'm not trying to hijack anything. I was trying to answer your question. And then we wound up taking, you know, a sidebar, and that's fine. And I was asking you if you wanted to go back to the original point or if you just wanted to have this conversation organically, and your answer was that you want to have this conversation organically. So, fine, let's have this conversation organically. All right.
Well,
I do.
Are we having this conversation organically, or am I not staying on target and you're not answering the question?
Fuck. Sorry. I guess I'm not answering the question.
So, like now.
So
like, I'm just fucking confused. Now it's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I thought I was making really good points. I thought we were having a good conversation, and now all of a sudden you start policing me and distracting me while you're explaining to me my jokes are very distracting. And you get to sit there and say, but ho, 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 hang on a second, little lady. We're not staying on point. Let me bring you over here because I don't want to talk about any of the shit that you just said. So let me fucking word salad you and gaslight you and explain to you and make sure you're diminished and your character and your integrity comes into question so that it can be shown that I can't stay on target. It's all of this subtle fucking shit. It is all subtle it is all nuanced, and unless you experience it every fucking day from the outside, it looks like this great guy just tried to have a really intelligent conversation with me. And he was trying to keep it on track, and what a swell guy. 2 thumbs up because Chris is the man. But being in this, now I've been questioned. Now I'm being diminished. He doesn't want to talk about all this shit, so he's going to fucking turn it around. He's going to blame shift. He's going to make it look like I can't stay on topic, and he's going to fucking tone police me.
I'm not tone policing you. I'm really not. Why don't we do this? You ask me a question, I'll answer the question.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
You want to talk about all the other stuff, all the ways you've been made to feel? Let's talk about that. You would ask me to answer a question, I was answering it, and that led us down a tangent.
Thank you for explaining it.
I'm not fucking trying to explain it.
Okay, well then what are you trying to do?
Honestly, I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand what happened, because if you're asking me, because I thought this was going to be a video about what it is that, honestly, I didn't even know what it was going to be when we sat down, and then it was looking like it was going to be this is what it is I found to be helpful, and it's turned into something else. I know, I do, cognitively, 100%. I know.
What do you know, Chris?
I know that all of these feelings are completely valid. I know that all of these feelings are unaddressed. I know that I have not, as of yet, been able to make amends on any meaningful level as it relates to them. I can acknowledge them 100%. And I'm not trying to...
Why are you letting her chew on you?
I'm letting her chew on herself.
That's not how... Whatever.
How do you do it, Jess?
Fucking redirect, which is what I've been doing.
Okay.
Because she's a puppy and she's teething.
Yes.
And the way Ronan plays with her is not appropriate, so we have to keep hands out of mouth because hands aren't toys. No, they're not. That's not appropriate puppy behavior. So you were saying in your infinite wisdom?
No, it's not infinite wisdom. I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm not trying to be infinitely wise. I'm just trying not to be a dumbass for once in my fucking life.
I'm just gonna leave that. So, okay, you're trying not to be a dumbass. Fine. What does that look like to you?
Well, for one, okay. For one, it is listening. For two, it is accepting my shit. And to me, that's the biggest part. I need to accept my part. I need to accept the truth. And the truth is, I have not protected you. It is my responsibility for you to feel safe in my arms, and I have failed in that respect consistently. Just across the fucking board. Alright? You feel as if I've used you as a human shield.
No.
No, hang on, just
I don't feel it.
Can you let me say the next... You feel as if I've used you as a human shield. And I would like to believe that's not true. And yet, looking at this, the net effect of me not standing up and fucking manning up and being the man that you need me to be so that you could feel sheltered is the same thing. Whether I intended it or not, the net effect was the same.
You were also quite content with everybody swarming around you, and poor Chris, you're the victim, and oh my God, this fucking psycho that you married and blah, blah, blah. She's crazy. She's this. She's extra. She's a whole fucking da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's the reason for XYZ, and you better watch ooh, ee, ah. Meanwhile, I'm miscarrying and fucking riding for you and helping you open a fucking business that then you can hide behind me, and I have to make all the choices and all of the fucking decisions so that when anything goes wrong, you can then fucking blame me. And no matter what, you're the fucking victor. Because people will rally behind you. Because you're the fucking victim. You're the fucking victim. While you leave me over here spinning all the goddamn plates, trying to keep all the balls in the air, trying to keep shit from goddamn imploding, while you're like fucking Magoo all around just in your own little world, doing your own little thing. And so everybody can rally around Chris and say, oh, Chris, oh, I can be blamed for X, Y, Z. Well, like it is unbelievable to me that just the other day you can say, I did use you as a human shield. You're absolutely right. And now we're sort of like acknowledging you used me as a human shield, but like we're going to walk it back just a little bit. Well, we're also going to police my tone and explain to me. And so I'm sitting here going, wait, what the fuck happened? And so you gaslight me into oblivion. And so then I'm like, wait, what just happened? I'm so confused. And the fucking fog returns and the fucking ick factor of having a fucking, like, you are going to be the last person I ever fucking sleep with. Like, Jess, this is what it's going to fucking be?
No.
This is what it's going to fucking be?
Jess.
Because we can't even have a fucking conversation without you turning it around, twisting, playing your little fucking mental mind manipulation games while you can sit there looking like a great fucking guy.
Okay.
Looking like Johnny fucking Good Times.
Jess. So.
What is she eating?
I don't know. You found a mechanical pencil. All right. So
this is the fucking roller coaster. We'll have sex in the morning. You'll give me a little note that says, hey, let's do this thing. And then you'll fucking say one thing and you'll do another.
Okay.
You'll fucking say one thing and you'll do another. You'll be one person this minute. You'll be another person that minute. You'll say one thing to me off camera. You'll say one thing to me on camera.
Jess.
I never know who the fuck is showing up to the party. I don't know which version of you I'm even talking to now. And I sure as shit don't know who I'm going to be talking to an hour from now, a day from now,
Jess.
a month from now.
Jess, you can watch back the tape. I didn't walk it back. I said I'd like to think that wasn't the case, and yet that is the fucking case. That is not walking it back. I'd like to think that things are different than what it is that they are. And in the spirit of accepting the truth simply is the net effect is 100% I used you as a human shield. 100% the net effect was abuse. 100% the net effect was neglect. 100% the net effect was diminishment, but never was that my fucking cognizant intent. I do not want to go through my life making excuses. I do not want to have a mediocre, like barely hanging together marriage where neither of us are fulfilled. I want to have passion. I want to have intimacy. I want to have connection. I want to have ownership of my shit. And I want you to have ownership of your shit. And I want us to make each other better. That's all I've ever fucking wanted to do. The difference is now I'm not looking to the outside world to excuse my fucking behavior. Fuck my conditioning. Fuck my expectations. Fuck all of it. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is how you feel about me. And for you to feel good about me and to feel good about us, I need to own my shit. I am sorry. I am more sorry than you will ever know, and I love you more than you will ever know, even if, and I'm hoping that we do, even if we get our shit together and we find our bliss. You will never know how much I love you, because I would never do this for anyone else. For anyone else. I would simply...
Well, gee, I'm a lucky girl.
Jess, there is good here. And because of the good, I'm willing to put... What?
You're willing. And what about me? I'm not sure there's enough good here for me. I am absolutely not convinced. You will tell me 1 minute, yes, absolutely, I'm a covert narcissist. You'll take personality tests and tests off the fucking page. And that'll say, yeah, you're a covert fucking whatever, goddamn vulnerable narcissist. And no, my life is fucking narcissism. Sun up to sun down. Narcissist soup, narcissist salad, narcissist fucking word salad, narcissist goddamn for breakfast, fucking narcissist goddamn cereal, narcissist ice cream salad. Whatever.
Okay.
As soon as this camera's on,
What?
sometimes you're a narcissist, maybe you're a narcissist. Yeah, okay, today I'm a narcissist, but I don't really know what narcissism means. Like, I haven't even really unpacked that yet. I haven't really looked up to see what narcissism is. It's just, I'm just going to own my shit. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to own my shit. I'm going to own my shit, and I'm going to have empathy, and I'm going to own my shit and have empathy. And that's what I'm going to do, and pray and meditate, and I'm going to do it. And then having a conversation with you spins around, and I have no fucking idea what the fuck is happening, and I'm left goddamn confused. And this is what it's like being in a fucking marriage with a fucking narcissist. And I need to go pick up my son, and I'm done having this conversation.
Just, hang on, five more minutes tops. 5 more minutes tops. Sit down, please.
Chris,
just sit down, please.
You don't need me. If you want to keep filming, film.
I don't want to end the conversation like this. Can you please sit down?
How exactly would you like to end it? With me in timeout? Are you putting me in timeout?
No,
Sit down, please.
I'm not putting you in timeout. Ask me if I'm a narcissist. Seriously.
Chris, okay, you're going to say, yeah, I'm a narcissist. Why? Because you want to get laid again this year? So then you're going to fucking say everything you think that I want you to fucking say, and you're going to fucking pretend, and you're going to slip on whatever mask you need to try to convince me that you're actually taking accountability and showing the fuck up and taking care of your shit and owning your shit the way you love to say you're going to own your shit. But when you don't even know what covert narcissism is, how the fuck you going to own your shit?
Jess, covert narcissism. Well, you want the fucking definition? What are you
agreeing to? You don't even know what covert narcissism is. And now what you're going to do is you're going to rattle off because fucking 10 minutes ago, you didn't know what it was. Now you read some shit on Wikipedia, and now you're a covert narcissist goddamn expert.
Jess, I'm not a fucking expert. I don't pretend to be an expert. I'm saying...
Stop letting her chew on your fucking hand.
Where's Noam Chomsky?
Get your ass up. There's an entire fucking basket of puppy toys.
Okay.
Right there. What?
Just... Understanding the truth, working through the things, understanding the impact that I've had. All right, that is something that's going to take a minute to work through all of it. I've not even answered all the questions. Not that you've asked, not that anyone has asked. I'm working through that because it takes a deep level of understanding of myself, an honest assessment of where it is that we are, where it is that I was, where it is that we're going. I don't know at the end of the day how it is this works out, but I know I'm committed to this. I know I love you. I know I care about you. I know that I want better for us. I know this has not been fulfilling for either of us. And I know that I'm responsible for that, one way or another. I know that I'm responsible for that.
Again, there's still no clear definition of what you know about covert narcissists.
Okay, so
now I'm just going to get a fucking word salad and some future faking instead. I need to go pick up my son. You told me to sit here. You're wasting my fucking time.
I'm not trying to waste your time.
You are wasting my time.
What I understand about covert narcissism, okay, is that it stems from deep-seated lack of self-esteem. And so that is one of the primary things that I'm working towards. All right? And I'm working through it a number of ways. All right?
What is not covert narcissism? Rattle off the fucking things, dude. Rattle them off. There's like a list.
There is a list. Okay?
So you're sitting here, yeah, I'm a covert narcissist, but you're not actually telling me that you know fucking anything about it.
I know that I diminish you. I know that in order to feel good about myself, sometimes the net result is I need to make other people feel bad about themselves. I know that I deny responsibility for things that I do, or that I tell myself a truth other than what it is that the truth actually is, so that I can live with myself. I know that I have not demonstrated a capacity to have empathy. I know that you feel as if I don't care about you. And I know that I have failed to listen to you consistently over the course of our marriage. And it has been absolute fucking poison. There are so many things that
We're not going to talk about explaining and gaslighting and deflecting and word salads and, blame shifting and squeaky duck. Look over here. And then next time I fucking go to talk to you, I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Explaining
what happened?
In my mind, explaining falls under the umbrella of not taking responsibility for my things. When I explain to you why things are different than what it is that they are in your world, as opposed to being like, I hadn't considered it like that. Can you tell me more about that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean for you to feel that way. Can you please explain to me what happened in your mind, and how is it that we're going to prevent this from going forward? Or this is how it is. I can make sure that you never feel this way again. When I do those things instead of actually understanding and listening to you, those things being like explaining away.
I don't need you to fucking explaining it to me.
But it's for the camera, I thought.
I don't need you to explain it to me.
Okay. So you would ask me to explain, and so I was explaining. But the point is, when I don't take responsibility for what it is that I'm doing and how it is that I've contributed to all of this, the net result is you feel alone, you feel ashamed, you feel less than, you feel embarrassed, you feel angry and frustrated and resentment and all of these things. And I don't want that to be the takeaway. I'm
still not clear. Like, I still doesn't feel like I'm looking for you to be like, covert narcissism is this. This is how I recognize it in myself. So short of that, I need to go get my son. We're done here.